It's weird to say, but I think I'm over the wave of comical 80s nostalgia that's been popular for the last few years. There's only so much neon, ironic machismo, and goofy action one can take before the whole aesthetic starts to grate a little. Having said that, Double Dragon is a good choice when choosing to slap that aesthetic on a classic game franchise. A series with giant muscled monstrosities, whip-carrying dominatrixes, and ninjas never took itself that seriously to begin with, especially when eventually Billy and Jimmy teamed up with the Battletoads. I can see how the goofy 80s treatment would work with what Double Dragon has to work with. The main question is if such a pairing is successful or not. While I'll say this, there's a lot more variety in combat. One of my favorite games on the NES is Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. Compared to the abilities in that game, there's a lot to play with here. For one, there's a dodge roll, and effective combo hits will stun an enemy, allowing you to throw them into other enemies. You can also equip stances and abilities that create more havoc, and of course there are the weapons enemies drop, such as whips, knives, and baseball bats. It's a lot easier to manage crowds, and because of that, the game is more confident in throwing more than a couple enemies at you in each area. Also, your arch nemesis in this game is essentially Skeletor. You fight him early on, and I imagine that he'll keep showing up throughout your adventure. So as a nostalgic tongue-in-cheek throwback, Double Dragon Neon does quite well. I imagine it's more fun with the second player as beat-em-ups usually are, but its charm was not rubbing off on me. That song playing throughout Stage 2 sure did though. I had that running around in my head for days.